Hello everybody and welcome back to the Mongooly Show. Today we're going to be taking a quick look at the Recruiting Mockingbird event and everything you're going to need to know to do that event. But first, I just want to remind you, or let you know for the first time, that I'm holding my first ever AnniBirthary Bash on October 3rd. It's going to be a celebration of my first year as a YouTuber, as well as my 41st birthday kind of mixed together. I'm going to have special guests including Run7, Zero Cool Gamer, Bendable Straws, and even Community Manager Archangel said that he'd stop by. So if you've got questions for me or any of those people, come see us live that night, leave a comment down below here, or join me in my Discord and leave a question there. Any one of those ways is great, and we'll get through that. And as far as the Recruiting Mockingbird event goes, even though these events are complicated, you don't need to be confused. Let's dive into it. All right, if we take a look at the event, you'll see that it has just started. The reason I didn't dive too deep onto this is because we weren't sure how much mystical energy we were going to get per campaign energy spent. And unfortunately, it's only 2. It's at a 2-to-1 ratio, which is awful. But the kind of good flip side is that when you spend the energy, it's also at a 2-to-1 ratio. So if you spend 1,000 campaign energy, you're going to get 2,000 mystical energy. If you spend 2,000 mystical energy, you're going to get 4,000 milestone points. So it's kind of a 4-to-1, looking on the bright side. Unfortunately, the other side of that is you do need to be able to spend all of it. So if you earn 2,100 mystical energy points, you're not going to like you spend it in terms of like 1,000, 2,000, whatever. That extra 100 points does nothing for you. You need to get it up to a point where you can actually spend it to be worthwhile. So there's that. Basically, just keep that in mind. Also, just like last time, you will need to spend all of this before the event is over, or else again, you will get nothing. Maybe we'll get compensated and get 160,000 points again, but let's not bank on that. Let's get into the actual math. Now, as far as this game mode goes, there are 180 Mockingbird shards up for grabs. You only need 45 to unlock her, so you can actually unlock her probably tonight through war battles alone. You only need to do 9 war battles, and you'll unlock her, and that's really good. And that's assuming you don't have any other shards from her before. If you're starting at 0, you can unlock her, 9 war battles, nothing else. There's also 130,000 points towards the month-long event, which is also really good if you can make it all the way down to the Mockingbird's Avengers contract. You'll also notice that there are 1.3 million T2 level 5 ions available, which is great for the people who can get all the way down to the bottom to get them. Probably not me, maybe not you. I don't want to speak for anybody, but that's going to be really hard to do, and we'll break down the math and actually take a look at that. There's also obviously some dark promotion credits, some gold and silver promotional credits, augmented gear. Like there's some good stuff on the list for sure that you're going to want to try hard to get. How are you actually going to get it? Well, you play 1 war battle with new Avengers, and you should have at very least Thing and Coulson, and that's all you need to limit that out, because you're going to get 5,000 per battle per character, and you only need 2,500, or you can only do it 5 times total. It's over the course of 7 days. That's 3 different wars. If you only have Coulson and Thing, you have enough points to get that 25,000 point bonus, so that's great. I'm going to assume none of us have Tigra at 5 or 7 stars. If you did, you paid for it, and if you did, you're probably willing to pay for this event. So I don't know why you're watching this video. As far as the war battles go, you need to do 24 of them to max out that 96,000 point limit. And that's incredibly easy to do over the course of 3 different wars. You get to do 10 battles per war. So, and that's without spending anything. That's just given. So you should easily be able to do your 24. It doesn't even say you have to win them. You just have to play them. So there's no reason you shouldn't get that 96,000 point bonus. And between Thing and Coulson, you should get the 25,000 bonus as well, which puts you at 121,000 points very easily. You haven't spent a single campaign node. Now, this is where it gets a little bit trickier, so stay with me. On the web store, you're going to be able to get a free gift, presumably every day, of 500 milestone points, which is 3,500 milestone points by the end of the week, as well as 400 mystical energy, which is going to be 2,800 mystical energy by the end of the week. Now, again, when you spend that, that'll double, but we'll get there in a minute. You're also going to get about 1,100 energy daily for campaign nodes. If you spend every single one of those at the 2-to-1 ratio, that's obviously 2,200 energy. Do that 7 days in a row, and that's 15,400 energy. And again, when you spend that, it'll double. So we'll get there. There's also the web event happening right now. It's going to happen every single day for 7 days. So it's going to repeat itself 6 times. You have to do 10 raid battles in a day. If you do that, you'll not only get 3,000 tarot cards a day, you'll also get 3,500 mystical energy every single day for a grand total of 24,500 at the end of the week. You're also going to want to spend about 200 power cores every single day, or at least probably a minimum of 200 power cores every single day, which will be 4 campaign refreshes. So that's 480 points times 2 is 960 points. Every single day, that's going to be 6,720 by the end of the week, which is a nice little bonus. And again, we're going to double that. Now, let's assume that we can spend every single ounce of that mystical energy, which I don't know if that's possible or not. To be perfectly frank with you, I don't know. But let's assume that we can. That's going to be 49,000 points, milestone points. This is all going to be milestone points. That's 49,000 points if you do the raids and collect this web bounty every single day for 7 days. That's going to be 96,000 points from doing your war battle bonus here. It's going to be 25,000 points from doing this bonus up here. It's going to be 3,500 bonus points, which is the raid milestones from the free gift. It's going to be 36,400 points, which is the web gift mystical energy that you spend, and it's going to be 13,440 from coring. If you add all those numbers up together, you're going to get 223,000 points, 200 and some change. So that will put us right here at milestone 15, which we're actually going to go past that. So if you want to not spend all the cores and do that, you can save some money on your own. Or if you want to push a little harder and get down this a little bit lower, you can do that as well. But that's enough to get you the Mockingbird Avengers, which is all that you need to do for the month-long event, as well as 20 extra Mockingbird points. If you make it down to this milestone, if you get down to Webstone 15, that should give you a 3-star Mockingbird, as well as 130,000 points towards the month-long event, which is pretty decent. If you want to spend more power cores, that's up to you. You can try and get down a little bit lower, see if you can get down to the T2 level 4 ions, or work your way down even further. But that's essentially what we're going to need if we want to complete this event, unlock Mockingbird, and get all the month-long points. You will get 100,000 points of T2 level 5 ions, which is decent. It's not bad, as well as some dark promotional credits, which is nice. Augmented gear, which is always greatly appreciated. Like, there's some good rewards here for sure. If you want to go down lower, unfortunately, the only way, because these are capped, is either to buy a Tigra at 5 or 7 stars, or to spend a lot more money on mystical energy. Those are the only ways to do it. You can't do more war battles or anything like that. So kind of up to you if that's worth it or not. Now, the other thing worth noting is I was on Bendable Straw's Twitch just a minute ago, and he was asking the developers, is the 2-to-1 ratio a mistake? Because that seems really, really low. I haven't got an answer for you on that yet. If I do, I'll let you know. But as of right now, let's go with the math on a 2-to-1 ratio. And realistically, this kind of engagement isn't actually that bad and will get us everything we need for the month-long event. If you want to go lower, you can spend more, but if they want to up how many points you're going to get for a campaign, that would be amazing. I don't know that I see that happening at this point, but I would love to be wrong. Anyways, guys, that's all I've got for you tonight. If you want to get your 3-star Mockingbird, that's the math on how you're going to do it, as well as all the month-long events. If you're interested in joining me on October 3rd for the AnniBirthary Bash, fantastic. Go ahead and like this video. If you're feeling generous, please give it a subscribe. We already did hit our 300 goal, which is awesome, but I'd love to hit 500 by the end of the year. That would be amazing. As well as we're trying to get affiliated over on Twitch, and we are so damn close. So if you want to help me out with either one of those goals, that would be amazing. Other than that, you guys have a great night, and we'll see you next time. Good luck to you.